Welcome to the Shane and Shelby Show. We are live, episode 1. I'm Shane.
And I'm Shelby.
This is my beautiful co-host, Shelby. And yeah, we finally did it. We have been trying to do a podcast for a long time. I finally figured out all the equipment needed and all of the settings to make all of this junk work. So we've got cameras over here, cameras over there. We're ready to roll.
Let's roll.
We're rolling. All right. Why don't you give a little intro on what we're going to be talking about?
Okay, so I am the one that talks fast. Shane talks so slow that I am like ready to speed him up. But what we're going to be sharing is marriage, kids, influencer life. So if you don't know who I am, I have been an influencer for like 3-ish years. And I do things a little different.
Indeed.
A little different. I am not your typical influencer. And honestly, I hate most. But I also have ADHD. We're going to be sharing on that. I'm going to get sidetracked a lot. But basically, we became parents really young. We've been married a good while now, and we have a lot to say. So that's what we're going to be sharing. And we are never the people who are like consistent, would you say?
Yeah.
Never consistent at anything. So who knows what you're going to get here? It's going to be different every week.
Yeah, very much so. So that's her. I am a freelance model, a podcast host, a semi professional basketball player, a unlicensed investment advisor, an unlicensed psychiatrist.
Okay.
And sometimes I parent.
He actually parents a lot.
I do the laundry a lot. It's one of my specialties. Probably the best at that.
So I think people probably want to know why we decided to start a podcast.
That's probably important.
That's probably important, especially like episode 1. So I think I touched on it a little bit, but influencer life, the whole world is weird. And I think people have a lot of questions about being an influencer. And I get asked probably daily, like, how do you get started? Like, can you give me tips? I have a lot to say. I'm not going to give it all away right now, but we will have full dedicated episodes to everything that I have on influencer life and like if I would recommend it or not. And I didn't touch on this before, but I am a big advocate for mental health because I have mental health issues. Shane doesn't. He is like completely normal, super chill. Yeah, you are.
Nothing normal about this guy.
Okay. But big advocate for mental health, and especially with the influencer world. I have a lot to say on that. So we also wanted a place to share, like completely unfiltered, like real life. Like we are not your average people. We're like early 30s. We have weird jobs. So we have
weird
kids.
parenting styles.
Weird parenting styles. So we're just going to share all the real life with some fun. If you have never watched our wine series, I will say we're just quite interesting, especially around the holidays.
Yeah. Might do some of these late night ones. Have a little buzz going.
Oh, late night podcast?
Yeah.
I don't know.
On location.
Oh, like, what location? Where are we going?
I don't know. Kitchen.
All right.
Where the drinks are.
We do have a dope pantry. We'll have to tell you about the pantry.
Yeah.
At some point.
All right. It's currently February. We're getting close to a big holiday. I want to know, mainly because I haven't scheduled anything or done what I'm supposed to do, what is your ideal Valentine's Day?
So I think Valentine's Day is a pretty stupid holiday. It's not really like my favorite.
Is that because the kids are out of school this year?
The kids are out of school this year, and I'm a little bit annoyed about that. But No, I've never been like a huge Valentine's Day person. I think like we've celebrated it ish
Yeah.
some years we haven't. I love gifts though, so I think just any holiday where you're gonna give me a gift, preferably like shoes or a nice bag,
Mm. Mm.
that would be my ideal Valentine's Day. Some wine, maybe might mess up my sleep score. A good meal would be nice if you had,
Mm.
booked a babysitter in advance. And then yeah, a good purse.
Mm.
But I'm pretty sure that's not what you got me
Yeah,
for Valentine's Day since you did get me that for my birthday,
I did.
which was last month.
Yeah, we run into a struggle with this one with your birthday being January and Christmas being December.
Yeah.
It's kind of nonstop, and then we'll get there maybe later, but we have some sort of anniversary in March as well. I don't know about you guys, but I think we have like 4 anniversaries, and I'm expected to know all of them, and I know none of them. So,
Yeah, you're failing. Okay, so what is your ideal Valentine's Day then?
it's changed over the years. Used to be I had me a sweet little shoebox. I'd bring it to school, set it out, wait for a cutie in the class to, drop a little card in there with more than just like a to my friend, but to Shane, you know?
I'm dying.
Something like that. And then, I've gotten a little older, so now it's maybe some wine, maybe boot up the Netflix.
Netflix and chill.
Yeah.
No shoes.
I feel like you guys are expecting gifts on Valentine's Day. I don't think the guy usually gets anything.
So men don't expect gifts on Valentine's Day.
Not really, no.
Okay, that's awesome because well, I haven't bought you anything.
Yeah.
And
I'm just trying to make her feel good. I would love a nice little bubble bath. Maybe some good soaps, some new soap, a little bit of me time.
like a Chandler moment in the bathtub.
Yeah.
If you've never watched Friends, you really should.
I think
Okay.
everyone has at this point.
I don't know.
Mm.
We were trying to tell our daughter, which by the way, we have kids. Our daughter's name is Audrey. She's 11, and we have Benji, who is 7. And we were telling Audrey that we'll eventually get her started on Friends. It might be what, like 20 something years old now, the show.
Yeah, it's quite old.
It's old, but I feel like everyone should watch
What's
it.
the age for Friends? When should you start Friends?
Oh, I don't know. I
Yeah.
mean, like 15, 16. There's a lot of references, like 7.
Yeah,
Probably should not be discussed at
it's true.
11. I don't know. How I Met Your Mother seems like it should probably be even later than that
Yeah,
because that one's
that's the best show ever though.
heavy on the things that we probably don't want to tell our daughter yet.
Mm.
Okay, so back to our background because you kind of skipped over that.
Did I?
You did.
We're not going to stay to the script, guys. We're just not.
No, we don't ever stay to a script, but our background. Where are we from, Shane?
We're from Arkansas, the natural state. And it's called the natural state. I'm just guessing because there's nothing else there. It's just like all natural.
Except for where we came from. We're both from the same small town. But where we came from is not like natural and pretty and like what people think of as Arkansas, that is not where we grew up.
Yeah. I don't know that people have an image of what Arkansas is.
Anytime I've ever talked to anyone about Arkansas, they're like, "Oh my God, it's so pretty there." Like, not where we came from.
That's true. There's like a little spot.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. So we're from Arkansas, but we live
In Texas?
in North Texas. Yeah, I was just giving you.
Not sure where I'm at right now, guys.
Oh, you're not.
Yeah.
We like to travel though.
We do. I have convinced her to stop going to the beach as much, and
That's not true.
instead we go to cooler places like Colorado.
But we're still going to the beach. Don't worry, guys.
Yeah, she
It's my
still
favorite.
sprinkles those in.
Yeah. So we now like Colorado. But I still love the beach
Go to Napa every once in a while.
yearly.
Yeah.
We love Napa.
Every couple months.
I would only dream, except for I couldn't do that flight that
Yeah.
often. That wasn't exciting. And then what did you do before this freelance model laundry man semi pro basketball player
Mm.
life that you have right now?
I was in finance. So, yeah, that's what my degree was, finance. And then had a little big boy job for a little bit.
He had a big boy job.
And, you know, it was fine. But then there are opportunities in the influencing space. And those took off. You never know when they're going to take off, but took off for a little bit and was able to leave that and kind of focus on helping
Me.
you and creating this bomb ass podcast. Make sure you subscribe.
So I also was in finance for a little bit,
A little bit.
but I was in everything.
Everything.
So I did go to college for a long time and didn't graduate because I changed my mind on what I wanted to be. We went from business to teacher to personal communications, interior design. I probably should have stuck with that one.
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty good at it. But we went around the moon and back. I've worked at med spas, retail, financial places, did marketing.
One day at, what was that, a chiropractor?
Oh, I did work one day at a chiropractor. That was my last job.
Yeah.
And then I quit because it was absolutely terrible. The pay wasn't going to be worth it either. And I called Shane on the lunch break and was like, I can't do this. And then I was like, well, what now? What do we do now? And then I started posting on TikTok and everything else just kind of fell into place.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't overnight, guys.
No, that took a long time.
Long time to build. But I didn't have a backup plan. And I think when you don't have a backup plan, you got to make stuff happen. Like,
Yeah. I remember the goal of that was to pay for daycare.
yes, that was the initial goal.
The only goal.
Yeah.
And you did that.
Yeah.
Still did take a while for you to do that.
It took a long time. I pulled Benji out of daycare because I couldn't afford to send him.
Yeah.
Tried 2.5 months of him at home while trying to do TikTok at the same time. Sent him back to school.
Yeah.
Because I am not a good stay-at-home mom.
We're not great with kids.
We are not great with kids.
You would think that being like younger parents, we'd be like, you know, great. We're not.
We're not. I always wanted to be a mom too. That's the thing. And like, we'll get into different stories about that. But like, that was my goal. Like, you asked me what I wanted to be. When I grew up, I wanted to be a mom. Shane probably never said he wanted to be a dad. But I wanted to be a mom. And then I tried stay-at-home mom life and was like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Y'all, stay-at-home moms, they deserve the biggest prize and really large paycheck. Okay, moving on.
And dads.
Stay-at-home dads, you're doing great, babe.
Thank you.
So great. So moving on, we have a Q&A. We're going to do a Q&A. I asked some of my followers to give us some questions. One of the main questions, I felt like this was fitting, especially for Valentine's Day, is our love languages. What are our love languages? But I think instead of just saying what our love languages are, we should say what we think each other's love languages are.
Yeah.
And we're probably going to get it wrong. So,
I don't think I'm going to get it wrong.
okay, what is my love language?
Well, Shelby loves gifts, as she talked about earlier. It's very clear. She's going to tell me I'm wrong, but I'm not.
He is wrong. My love
There's
language
no way.
is not gifts.
No, it's gifts.
It's not. It's quality time. You should know this. We had a big discussion about this on do you have to sleep next to your spouse in order to go to bed? And this is a marital debate that I don't know if we can get into on the first.
We're going to get into it.
Okay, we're going to get into it on the first episode.
I need to know how normal this is, but I have to be in the bed when she gets in the bed. Like every time. I feel like even if she's taking a nap, like I have to, she's like, hey, I'm taking a nap. And it's like pointing Like, hey, we're taking a nap.
That's not true.
But
For one
every
thing,
time, yeah, like I can't do anything at night. If she's sleepy and is trying to go to bed at 8, then apparently that's my bedtime too.
I never go to bed at 8. I am the one that like stays up late while you're falling asleep on the couch.
Well, maybe.
Okay,
But
what we're actually talking about though is this man likes to play basketball late at night.
semi professional.
Yeah.
Free agent. Somebody hook me up.
So he likes to stay out until like 11:30, which is way past my bedtime, even though I like to stay up late. And so I can't go to sleep if you're not in the bed
Mhm.
because like I don't know, I just have like anxiety that I don't know, someone's gonna get me or that you're gonna get in a wreck and not come home and I'm not gonna know because I will have been asleep. So mental issues, I know, but
Mhm.
that's how I feel. And
Yeah.
so I feel like I feel like that's normal unless you don't like your spouse. And then, or your spouse snores. I had a
Mm.
conversation about that this morning. I was asked if you snore. I said no. Thank God. Like, I don't know how I would do that. I don't even know how I'd sleep. I guess I wouldn't sleep because I couldn't sleep if you're not next to me. But
Yeah.
I also couldn't sleep if you're snoring.
Mhm.
But anyway, so quality time,
So you're saying I got that wrong?
you got it wrong.
I'm not so sure. Do you have proof? Is there like a test that we take for this?
There is, but we didn't take it in advance. Okay, so I think your
Yeah.
love language is words of affirmation.
You think so? What is that? Where you tell me I'm
Doing a
looking
great
super
job.
fine today? Wink, wink.
No, I think it. No, when I tell you you're doing a good job, like, hey, babe, thanks for doing the laundry,
Mm.
or thanks for cooking dinner.
Mm. I wouldn't know because I've never heard those words.
That's not true, but no, I'm not good at words of affirmation. Is
Yeah.
that your love language?
I don't know. I didn't take a test, so I probably should have. You think so, though?
I mean, that's what I assume.
Yeah.
I feel like most men are physical touch,
Yeah.
but I don't feel like that's your love language.
I'm kind of ticklish.
Okay, so you got it wrong. I got it right.
Mm.
Point for me.
We're going to take this test.
All right. So, next question. How long have we been together? I obviously know the answer.
So together
Together.
means like when we met.
Basically, because our love story is a little weird.
Okay. So we're looking at 13 years.
Wrong. Okay.
12 years.
12 years in
March.
March. Okay, good job.
Yeah.
How long have we been married?
9 years.
In
October.
what day in October?
One in the middle.
Which one in the middle?
Said 17th,
No.
16th,
No.
18th.
We got married October 15th,
I had that first try.
year
Yep.
2016.
Mm.
I mean, it can
You
be
could see-
slightly confusing,
Yeah, you
but
could see.
17 and 18 are pretty
Mm-hmm.
wrong. Okay, moving on.
18th is usually when you get that present. That's when we
You
celebrate.
missed it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what is one thing that we both love?
Shoes.
That is true. I will say that we both love shoes, but that's not what I
Is
put.
there a right answer to this? Am I gonna go for 3?
You're going to go for 3 because
Is
that's
yours
not
better?
the answer that I put down.
But is yours better?
I don't know. Mine was like first thing that came to mind.
What is it?
Veil.
Yeah, her answer's wrong.
We both love Veil.
Veil's good.
We both love
But
mail.
better than shoes?
I don't know. I
Mm.
do love shoes. I'm also really sniffly today.
We got the Sambas on, both of us. Kind of matchy-matchy.
Mine are better. Okay, what is one thing we both hate? There's a lot of things I hate and he loves, so this one's gonna be
There's a lot
tricky.
of answers to this, I feel like.
Is there?
Other people's children.
That's literally what I wrote down. Large groups of kids, like other people's kids.
Oh, man.
We cannot do large groups of
Yeah.
kids. Oh
Kids
my
are
God.
not my favorite.
We're so on track. Like,
Yeah.
we're very different, I will say. We have very vastly different personalities. He calms me down.
Yeah.
Tries. He tries to calm me down.
I do a great job.
Yeah, sometimes. So he tries to calm me down. And then I'm just like chaotic.
Yeah.
But
Kind of all over the place. Another answer to this that popped into my head. People at sporting events wearing just random jerseys.
no, that's just a you thing.
It should be an everyone thing. If we're in Dallas, so if you were at a Mavs game wearing a LeBron jersey and he's nowhere to be found, that's ridiculous. Or a Michael Jordan jersey who hasn't played in like 15 years, why? I don't understand it. There'll be football jerseys or hockey jerseys.
You did try to wear like a weird jersey to something though one time, and I reminded you of your own rule.
Mm,
I think it was like a
no,
baseball one to a basketball game or a
it
basketball
was,
one to a baseball
yeah,
game or something.
a
That's weird.
Dallas baseball jersey to a Mavs game.
Yeah, but that's baseball. That's like literally breaking your own rule.
But it was Dallas.
But it's baseball.
But at least the location is right, okay? It was right colors and everything. You lose this one. All right.
I don't lose this one.
I'm getting heated.
Okay. I didn't actually have this one on here, but someone did ask it. How do you feel about the Luka trade?
Yeah. So I've been, deep in the weeds on this one,
Very.
as I am with pretty much everything basketball, but I am okay with the trade. I'm a big basketball fan. AD has been a very good basketball player for a long time. I think it changes what our team's about. We're about defense now. And when he's healthy, we'll be good. Maybe really good. If you watch the first half of that first game, he looked great.
Until he didn't.
And the team looked great. So,
Until they didn't.
yeah. Right now, everyone's hurt. So, we'll check back on this on next year, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. One more thing. This is nowhere to be found in my outline. Love is Blind. Season 8, I believe.
Don't know.
I think it's season 8. Starts, I think, Valentine's Day, the day this is supposed to air.
Yeah.
So we have to watch that. And what I want to do, y'all give feedback. He doesn't agree. Is give, like, I don't know. What are those called? Recaps.
Post-game
Recaps.
interviews?
No. Recaps of Love is Blind episodes.
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to have a Love is Blind guest on here because we don't even know how to do this ourselves. But
And we only have 2 mics.
we only have 2 mics, and these mic stands are going to fall over at any second. But I do think we should recap it because I love Love is Blind.
It's fine.
It's so good.
I feel like it's only good when they're in the pods.
Yeah, when they get out of the pods, it's a little sketch.
If they could just like live in those pods and that just be like their relationship, just like pod people, that'd be great. It
Like,
gets weird when they see each other and they pretty much always hate each other,
yeah.
which is understandable.
Yeah, I don't really think Love is Blind works.
No.
No. Okay. But I do think we should do recaps
Yeah.
of this,
It
and we can
works
talk about it.
a lot better than any of the other ones, though.
Oh, The
Like,
Bachelor. That I
or
did
Perfect
see.
Match,
Oh yeah, that's not
or
actually like a.
Love Island.
No, I love Love Island though.
I mean, they're good shows, but no one's getting out of that alive.
No, but I did see that they are not bringing back The Bachelorette for this
Mm,
next season, and I think it might not ever come back. And you know what? It shouldn't.
I'm not mad about that.
I am mad that they got rid of Bachelor in Paradise though, because I feel like that was the only good version of that show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we might do like little reality recaps if
Mm.
Shane will let me, or I'll just put it in the outline and start talking about it, and then he won't have a choice. But next episode is gonna be the most asked question I received in my question box, and what I've gotten asked a lot is how we met. And that might sound like a silly question, but we have
Hmm.
one bomb how we met story.
Yeah, I didn't just like walk up to her at a bar.
Definitely not.
So,
He did not. He made a interesting first impression, I will say. Killer story, and that is what we are going to go over on episode 2. And then we'll talk a little bit about married life, and then maybe moving on to kids at a different time. Again, we're not really kid people,
yeah,
but we do have them.
we have, you know, input there that you should probably not follow, but it's good advice to, steer clear of.
Yeah. So, it's going to be a great episode. You're going to want to listen to it.
Yeah. All right. I think that's it for episode 1.
I think so.
Make sure you like and subscribe or
And
whatever. Yeah. We're not sure where all this is going to go out to, but we're going to send it everywhere.
yeah, so follow along.
Yep.
I'll be sharing on my Shelbs Tells page if you don't already follow my fashion account / home account / everything else, because I can't stick to one thing.
And that's it for episode 1.
Bye, guys.
Cut.